welcome back. My name is Macy and I'm a full-time reseller on this channel. I put out reselling content to help you succeed at your reselling business. If that sounds like something that interests you, hit subscribe down below and tap the bell so that you know next time I put out a new video. Today we are doing the monthly wrap-up video, and this month we're going to be looking back at November. So we're going to take a look at my total sales for the month of November, my total profit, what kind of items were selling for me, what kind of business expenses I had over the month, pretty much anything you would need to know about what happened with my business over the month of November. And the whole point of me making this kind of video is to give you guys a realistic look of how a full-time clothing reseller does over the month, and to let you guys know what I think I did that was successful and what I would change going forward. So let's just jump into it, shall we? For the month of November, my total sales were $3,530. Let me break it down by platform for you guys. I sell on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Depop and Curtsy. So for Poshmark, I made $2,128 in sales. On eBay, $997, on Mercari, $369, and on Depop and Curtsy, $36. So almost across the board, I made less sales on every platform except for Poshmark. On Poshmark, I did make a little bit more, and we'll go over why in a little bit. But the main reason for my lack of sales compared to the month of October was because I did not list as much this month. Listing is the number one thing you have to do to make sales, and I just did not list nearly as much as I did in October, and it reflected in my sales. So let's take a look at my total profit, which is after site fees, shipping, and my cost of goods. For November, my total profit was $2,009. On Poshmark, it was $1,275. On eBay, it was $519. On Mercari, it was $199, and on Depop and Curtsy, it was $16. After you take into account all the fees, my decrease in profit is not quite as dramatic as my decrease in sales, but it is still down about 20% overall from the month of October. Let's take a look at my number of sales that I had. So for the month of November, I sold 171 items in total. That was 112 items on Poshmark, 37 items on eBay, 20 items on Mercari, and 2 items on Depop and Curtsy. Depop and Curtsy did not come through for me this month. I mean, I always neglect them, but I probably should have at least relisted my items on Depop 1 or 2 or 3 more times than I did. Relisting on Depop does help a little bit, I think, and I do relist consistently on eBay and Mercari, but I don't on Poshmark just because sharing bumps your items up to the top of the feed, so it's not as necessary as relisting is on eBay and Mercari. But I might be trying relisting going forward on Poshmark because I recently relisted an item because I had to, and it sold immediately. So that's cool, and maybe relisting has some magical effect on Poshmark that I need to investigate further, because I would love if relisting on Poshmark led to a bunch of full price sales. That's awesome. Okay, moving on. My average sales price was $21 for the month of November, and by site on Poshmark, my average sales price was $19, on eBay, $27, on Mercari, $18, and on Depop and Curtsy, $18. So that's why you saw a higher overall sales amount for November than October for Poshmark, because even though I had less sales on Poshmark, since my average selling price per item was higher at $19 versus $17, then I made overall more money, even though I made less sales. Okay, let's take a look at my average profit per sale. Overall, $12, which is a little bit higher than it was in October. By site on Poshmark, my average profit per sale was $11. On eBay, it was $14. On Mercari, it was $10. and on Depop and Curtsy it was $8. On eBay, my cost of goods must not have been as high because my average profit per sale was a little bit higher there. Another interesting metric to look at is your average days to sell. This tells you if you are listing desirable items and is an indicator of if you are listing consistently. Because if the average days to sell is a lower number, that means that you are listing items and they are selling fairly quickly. Whereas if it is a higher number, it probably means that you listed items and then they sat for a few months and then they sold. So my average days to sell was 85 days versus October was 98 days. So I did sell things faster. I listed more desirable items over the past few months. And if we take a look at the median days to sell, it was 62 days, which is also down from October, which was 69 days. And that just removes the outliers on the high end and the low end from my average days to sell. And of course, we have to take a look at the number of items I listed over this month, which was 101 items versus October, which was 156 items. Way down. That's terrible for a full-time reseller. That's terrible. That means I listed 3 items on average per day. And I could give you a ton of excuses as to why I only listed 101 items over this month, but really I'm just a slacker. Like, I just need to get more items listed every single day. I need to make it a priority to list items on all 3 of the different platforms that I sell on, because 101 items is unacceptable. And I'm telling you guys, that is the number one most important thing that will increase your sales. If you're having bad sales, list more items. A few weeks from when you list those items, you'll start to see your sales pick up. They go hand in hand. If you want more money, list more items. Okay, let's take a look at my business expenses. So I put my total profit at the very top there, $2,009, because that is what we are taking away from with these additional expenses for my business. One of those expenses is my Fiverr cost, which is a VA that I pay to share my Poshmark closet every single day, multiple times a day, and I gave them a tip this past month, so that's why it was up to $52 versus $42 from the prior month. Next is my Upwork charge, which is another VA that I have that helps me list items on Poshmark, eBay, and Mercari. And since I did not have as many items for them to list this month, their cost was quite a bit lower at $98. I did not have any other expenses, and I did not have any packaging expenses, so the last charge was my Vendu cost, which I decreased my Vendu subscription from the Pro plan or whatever it was to decrease my costs because I had a bunch of saved drafts from Vendu, so I don't need any additional listings from them. I can just use the drafts that I had saved from my prior subscription, and I lowered that subscription to the $14 like starter plan subscription. So after you take into account all of the business expenses, my net income was $1,845, around $350 less from the prior month. Now, I feel like that decrease is mostly on me for not listing enough during this month, but let me know how your guys' month was too down in the description. Like, did you feel like you were having slower sales over the course of November than you would typically see? And was there anything that you felt that you could have done differently to improve your sales that you didn't do? Or was there things that you did do that didn't result in the amount of sales that you were expecting? Let me know. I know things like the election might have thrown sales off, the holiday, perhaps, the fact that Rona is still a thing and people are stuck in their houses and might not be shopping quite as much as they normally do. I don't know, those are just some thoughts that came to mind for why things might be a little off this month that might be out of my control. Okay, moving on, I also want to talk about YouTube because I am making YouTube a priority for my business, and I am taking time away from reselling to devote to making YouTube videos. So therefore, I feel like it's appropriate to take a look at my YouTube numbers every single month and see if I am at least doing well in the YouTube realm. So to be monetized on YouTube, you need to hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And I'm getting pretty close and I'm very excited about that. So for watch time, I had at the end of November 2,904 watch hours, which is 73% of the way to 4,000 watch hours. And I had 748 subscribers, which is 75% of the way to my subscriber goal. And overall, I had 30 videos out at this time. I thought that was pretty interesting because that means that pretty much every month that I've done YouTube, I've increased my watch hours and subscribers by about 25%. So if the trend continues, that means I should be monetized at the end of my 4th month, which would be the end of December. I did put out my first video back in May, but then I got scared at how long it took me to create that video, and I was still like super nervous to even get myself in front of the camera. So I didn't do it again for another 3 months. So I'm considering my start date when I put out my second video, which was August 23rd, because from that point on I was consistent with uploading on YouTube. And of course, huge shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. It means the absolute world, and I hope that I'm providing you guys with some value here. Moving on into some fun stuff, which is talking about the styles that sold best for me over this past month, and styles that you should look out for going forward into December, January, February, so forth. Let's take a look at my top 5 style categories. Up first, no surprise here if you've watched any of my what sold videos, the top category for me this month was jeans. I made $343 in profit from jeans sales, and I sold 28 jeans, not including men's jeans, that's just women's. And of course, your top styles include skinny, jeggings, and long inseams. If you watched any of my prior wrap-up videos, I'm doing it a little bit differently this time, but I want to tell you guys about sales over $30 in the category that are my top 5. So in jeans, I sold a pair of Madewell 9-inch high-rise skinny distressed jeans for $45. I also sold a pair of Flawless, the Honey Skinny Curvy dark wash jeans for $35. And of course, American Eagle high-rise jeggings for $32. I sell them all the time for $32. Moving on, my second highest profiting category was pants, in which I sold $326 in pants, 22 pant sales, just looking at the women's. So definitely keep your eyes out for hiking pants, hunting pants, or athletic leggings. My top sales were a pair of Under Armour Hunting Realtree 8-in pants for $100. Next was an Athleta black cargo elastic hem pants for $55.95. And lastly, I sold a pair of pink Victoria's Secret gray soft stretchy lounge sleep yoga pants for $34 on Mercari there. Number 3, sold some shoes. Lots and lots of shoes. $268 in profit from shoes this month, 16 pairs, and I can narrow it down to one word for you guys: boots. Get yourself some boots listed up for sale. Top sales included a pair of Sorel Caribou snow boots for $50, a Massimo Duty combat boots for $52, Converse Galaxy lace-up purple blue shoes for $34, Torrid Tan bow-side ankle-heeled boots suede $30, and lastly a pair of Hot Kiss cognac tassel ankle boots suede heeled, again for $30. Number 4, sweaters. I made $213 in profit from sweaters, and I sold 21 women's sweaters. Cardigans are a really great pickup right now. They are selling very fast. And one thing that I noticed about my sweater sales was that they were almost all size medium and up. So the extra smalls and the smalls are sitting around for me, but mediums are selling, large, extra large, 2X. If you find the larger sizes, they're probably going to sell a lot faster than those smaller sizes are. Top sales included an Editions by Van Heusen Grandpa sweater for $32 and a BKE thick knit cardigan for $30. And number 5, rounding it out, we have men's. I just grouped all of my men's sales up into one whole thing, and I made $194 in profit from men's items. And once again, keeping it simple, jeans. Men's jeans are selling really, really well right now. Top sales included the AG Adriana Goldschmied, the Tellus jeans, new with tags, for $85, Bonobos 2 washed chino khaki pants for $35, AG Mid-Wash Blue the Matchbox Slim Straight Jeans for $35, AG the Matchbox Slim Straight Dark Wash for $35, Abercrombie & Fitch Langdon Skinny Stretch Jeans for $32.95, and lastly, American Eagle New with Tags Next Level Flex Jeans for $30.36. One other thing that I did was take a look at what was selling really well for me last year around this time of year, December, January, and February. And I want to tell you guys about the styles that were selling really well for me then. And I suspect that these styles will still sell really well this year. So some things to look out for are men's, women's, and kids' coats. Winter coats. Almost all of the ones that I had listed last year around this time sold. Also keep your eyes out for wool. I sold a wool skirt by Brooks Brothers for $65. That was really cool. But lots of different wool things will sell. Wool jackets, wool sweaters, wool pants, all the things that are wool sell good around this time of year. I was selling so many Miss Me, Rock Revival, and Lucky Brand jeans around this time last year. So don't turn your nose up at Miss Me jeans if you see them. I know a lot of people talk about them and how they're oversaturated or don't sell well, but if you can get them for a good price, they will sell. They will, guaranteed, as long as you're not overpricing them yourself. And then Rock Revival jeans, depending on the style, those do really, really well. Same with Lucky Brand. It depends on the style. Definitely look up the style. Don't just see Lucky Brand and pick them up. You have to look up the style to see if it's worth picking up, because not all of them are. Also look out for ski pants, snow pants, and convertible pants, which are pants that can be changed from pants into shorts. I just sold a pair of ski pants today. Yay! Cocktail dresses. I don't know how applicable that'll be for this year, but cocktail dresses were selling for me in December, January, and February. My guess is that as we get more and more into next year, all of those weddings that got postponed over the past year are going to be happening, and people are going to be needing dresses like crazy next year. Cocktail dresses are one of those things that can have a really high profit margin because it's one of those things that not everybody is looking for whenever they're out thrifting, you know? The chances of somebody going into a thrift store looking for a cocktail dress and finding one that they like in their size is rather slim. So a lot of those cocktail dresses get left behind whenever they are at a thrift store. So that is your opportunity to scoop those up, get them online, and then people that are searching for a cocktail dress online will find yours, and there's a lot of profit that can be made there, for sure. Once again, workout leggings, New Year's resolutions? Yeah, that's it. New Year's whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. They come around and people start working out more, and then they buy up all this activewear, and then they may or may not stick with their resolution, but you get a few sales from it. And lastly, Coach purses. I sold a ton, like a ton of Coach purses at this time last year. I don't know why, but Coach purses were selling really good, and just other large handbags were also selling really well. So I'm not really sure what the correlation is between bag sales and the end of the year, beginning of the year. Maybe it's a thing. I'm just telling you guys what I sold last year, okay? I filtered my spreadsheet for sales over $30, so all the things I mentioned should bring you in some good profit as long as you're not paying up too much for the stuff. Alright, y'all, I hope that was helpful, and I hope that December is just going swimmingly for you guys and you're making lots and lots of sales. Let me know down in the comments how your December is going, how your November went. If you guys like this video, please give me a like down below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I appreciate every single person that subscribes, and I put out new reselling content every single week. Have a great week, everybody. Bye!